knocks off Rise. Rise had only lost 6 total maps this weekend.
That's big.
There's already 3 on the board, Joe. They need 3 more.
That hardpoint X factor, we talked about 0. When they win a 1.23, when they lose a 0.83, that is a big difference. A 0.4, that is massive. So, we'll start with 0. He's gonna trade some kills. Gunless able to find a couple as well, but pretty much back and forth here.
Rated, inside contesting. Looking for whatever he can, but it's a combination of TJ and Slasher that are able to clear things out. Just going back and forth for now. TJ, though, able to win the one-on-one inside to rack up a bit of time. They still have the top side spawns, and you're feeling good for Rise Nation right now, at least early in this. And I mean, it's big for Rise just not to get blown out early. Both the hard points, they go down into such big holes. It's just they're fighting up a mountain the entire game.
It's big for TJ as well to start off 4-2 because he did not have the best hard points in that first series. Rated though, he answers back, finds a couple of kills. He's on a 3 spree. And well, this is very similar to that winners bracket final, right? Where Rise Nation trying to win that winery lot, but it was parking lot and lookout post where Red Reserve dominated. And this is what Red did. They fought through the front, but you have a big pinch going on. You can see where Rated spawns so far out. These are a couple of key gunfights going down. It's Rise Nation. They're hitting from the front. They're hitting it from the back.
It's a 2-on-4. It's a 2-on-4, and they're not able to do it. So Rise will get control. You mentioned Rated spawning out. They put the odds in the Rise Nation's favor, and they were able to take advantage. But like you said, the front push over and over again is where they were getting it done. Gunless making sure they can't with 3, nearly 4. Gunless, a brick wall on that one.
And this is what they needed. This is what they needed in that winter bracket final to get pushed out. Now with 20 seconds left, you can see where Red Reserve spawns. A lot of pressure here on Red now to rotate perfectly over towards that parking lot. TJ doesn't check the corner, and he runs right by Scraps. Scraps able to find one. 0 finds another, but there was Looney. Looney did sneak on through, but Joe, he's gonna spot him out. So now Red Reserve has to try and get Looney out of this house.
So what's Looney's game plan right now? How do you play this?
Stay alive and win gunfights just like that. Just allow your team to push up the map. See, now they can get pretty far pushed up and get themselves into a position. But once again, this is where Red Reserve dominated in the winners bracket final. It was this parking lot hill.
But like you mentioned, like they had really far pushed out setups a lot of those times. This time they weren't able to due to the pressure of Looney. And look at this, you're playing off the back foot. Now you're spawning out. It Scraps and 0 on the opposite side of the map. It's going to be on Rated and Joe. They're trying to get it done. Joe going to be the last man up. A one-on-one he's able to take. He survived long enough for the reinforcements to come down mid-map, but now it's a 3-man hit from the backside. Scraps gets 2. It's a great job by Joe to at least make sure you don't get a really nice setup here from Rise, but Rise ultimately break in.
Yeah, that was huge by Rise, but here comes 0. They're fighting for the scrap time. Joe as well, but TJ, he gets a couple of kills. Taking a quick look at that scoreboard, yeah, Gunless 14-6. On the other side, you want Scraps to step it up. I walked by him during that break, and he says, Joe, it's happening, man. We'll see if they have some magic left. They just need 3 more maps to take home that championship. Head on over towards that lookout post. But the bars of Rise Nation playing so well.
Slasher now set up in the hard point, allows TJ to push up close. He's going to drop, but Slasher still set up. Scraps can't take it. Gunless, the other bar, able to pick up a kill as well. He's going to have to drop as he's getting peppered there through the box. Nice grenade from 0 to at least pick him off. But finally, in one of these hard points, Rise Nation have a lead relatively early in the game.
Yeah, that is so important. But here comes Scraps finally. He's on a 3 spree, able to get some kills. This is a big 20 seconds here for Red Reserve. Able to find another one. He's at 500. Make it 625. 1 more kill and he gets streaks. We know how important streaks can be on St. Marie du Mont.
Absolutely huge. And a nice streak for him, just considering how slow he started on this map. He has to be a superstar.
No, he's playing a little too quick. He's able to get the glide bomb, but there's a player above him. There's a player above him trying to stay alive.
His teammates helping out.
There's that nade.
Putting shots top window, I think, so he could get into position. 1 more kill now for the artillery.
It's a challenge Gunless. Gunless has that bar behind that car. There we go, able to get the artillery. 25 points needed to get that fighter pilot.
The streak now up to 7. How far can he push it?
Now the big thing is while he's fighting for this though, Rise have gotten about 30 seconds already on this restaurant hill. Finally goes in, but he does get the fighter pilot. Here's a flame from 0. Finally they can collapse on in. Maybe break this setup as well. 0 able to find another one. Can he find the 3rd? Not able to do so. Looney with the big 2-piece. the good thing for Red Reserve. They have the winery side of the map.
Exactly. You have the winery side for now. You've at least got that early. You have streaks then when you rotate out the parking lot that you could use to break. This is a very, very good opportunity for Red Reserve to take over this game. Let's see what they can do with their opening setup.
Yeah, big couple of kills out of Zero. He's gonna push them out just a little bit. Raiden and Skrapz now, it's their turn. Joe's on the hill. Raiden's gonna have to back down, but he has to help for Skrapz. Good job, great teamwork out of Red Reserve. The free fire comes in, able to find a second one. Can he find a third? Almost able to, but he weakens him on up. And look at Joe's position. Due to this, watch this minimap. Watch that yellow arrow. Number 8 spawned so far away. This is a perfect hold here for Red Reserve.
It's a fantastic hold, and again, you still have the streaks for next, so you can put all of your effort into getting all of the time here on Winery, and then worry about using the streaks to break into the next hard point. The lead changes in. Red Reserve is in front. All of the kills seem to be going their way as Rise Nation's opening break seems to have now been stunted as Red Reserve pick up the pace behind the streak that Skrapz went on. I know he's 15 and 17, but that 7 streak, the full streaks, this is where it comes into play. They'll get the last final 5 seconds, and here we go.
I'd wait for Zero just a little bit. Zero pretty far away right now. Yep, they're going to allow him to get to this tower.
This is huge.
There's just one player on the hill, though. We'll see what he's able to find. He's able to find TJ. Spots Gunless, but now they have to go. Gunless able to find one, but a great trade from Zero.
Zero now in the hard point. The spawn does come in safe for Rise Nation. They're still able to reinforce this quickly. Skrapz, though, in the hard point for a moment. They're trying to flood, to fly, to get in, but Gunless still holding the back line for now.
The artillery as well.
They also use the artillery, so despite the fact you're spawning safe in the back for Rise Nation, you have to fight around the front due to the artillery. And that's going to keep them at bay. Do you like the use of multiple streaks on this particular hard point?
I mean, they are getting this scrap time. They broke the setup for Rise Nation. You know, that could have been a full 60 for Rise. Obviously, it was a great setup by Rise Nation to avoid the fighter pilot. I felt like they knew it was coming in. You saw two players inside the house. TJ was out wide. Gunless was able to avoid it. So you still have a 30-second lead, and yes, that artillery just makes it so Rise can't get that extra time. So we'll see now is what? He just has a glide bomb left. But Red Reserve is on the hill, but you have a great setup as Slasher's able to find 3.
Yeah, they're spotting them all the way out.
I think he used a glide bomb here. I think you just try to open it up on one side of the map, get a side of those spawns. Oh well.
Slasher mowing them down with the bar. 3 for him, a glide bomb for him. The streak now up to 6. You saw the crazy spree there from Skrapz. Slasher trying to replicate it now.
Yeah, try to get Slasher. Can they find Slasher? This is so big. Oh, he gets him as well.
That is huge. So only a glide bomb comes in. You're still getting the time here for Rise, so you're bringing it back. Only down 10. But that glide bomb, I love that. I love it. Slasher on streaks. Don't let him get any more tools to work with. It would have been nice if you could have turned that into maybe some time here, a lookout post. But with that, 182 to 181. Red now back in control, but Rise Nation erased that deficit.
What a turnaround from Skrapz. He was 2 and 10 at one point on this map. Goes on a big spree, gets those streaks. Rise, though, they're only down 10 now. Slasher with some nice shots. He's really turned it up. Red Reserve, though, they have control. Joe's up top, but a great bait and switch as TJ. He was climbing on up.
So far, Restaurant, a frenzy right now. No one able to get great control, but Gunless and TJ able to answer. TJ patrolling the top is going to make it so difficult for Red Reserve to break in. 15-point advantage for Red Reserve, but it's dwindling second by second right now due to great Restaurant control. But that disappears. TJ's now going to have a lot to do. He has Looney's help. TJ gets 1 pick from the steps. He's going to go ahead and challenge Skrapz, though, up to the task. Looney, almost. He gets some help from Slasher. Now, what can Joe do? Uh-oh. Joe might be able to make a play here.
Can he find TJ?
Oh, yikes, no. TJ turns him inside out, and that's going to be spawns for Winery.
Yep.
You still have an edge for Red, but this is looking good because you still have this glide bomb.
On a streak.
You got 2 glide bombs now on Rise Nation.
They have to get Looney. They have to get Looney right here. He's on a streak right now.
How is he still alive? How is he still alive? One of the glide bombs comes in. They shut him down before he can get more. And there's a couple of kills that come through. They're going to be able to front the front. This is what they did so well. This could shut it down. Can it get a couple of kills against nothing? And Rise, they come in like a red wave. Red come in like a red wave is more than lucky. And they get the break.
This is
Red Reserve,
exactly what they did in the winner's bracket final. They're so good at breaking the front of Winery. Rated, he goes on a 3 spree. 25 and 21 so far for him. They can win the game here. They can win the game here, Maven. But Rated, the last guy left. But this is what it did. It forced all of Rise to push that hill. This is exactly what Red Reserve want. It comes down to this rotation to parking lot. And you don't have any more streaks now on the side of Rise. All 4 dead as well.
Completely wiped. They wait to pop when the new hardpoint comes in, but they're still going to be deep. They're going to be fighting from old. And look at this, Joe already set up at Radio Tower. Joe finds the kills, 0 at mid-map, and there's another Game 1 victory for Red Reserve. They needed 6 maps. They've got 4. It's only 2 more needed here, and Red Reserve will be your champions.
And it comes down to that Winery play once again. They get the exact same setup that they want. Rise are in such a good position. They win the rotation. They call in the glide bomb. But the glide bomb finds nothing that allows Joe and Rated to push on through. They get those kills. Scraps goes on a pinch. They spawn him out. And yeah, Rise a bit devastated right now as the pressure is on. That advantage, it is disappeared. It does not matter anymore. Red Reserve just need 2 more maps while Rise need 3.
This is such a test for Rise Nation. You're considered the best team in the world. You won the last event. Everyone talks about how stacked this team is. Their text group is the Golden State Warriors. They know how good they are, but now you drop the first best of 5. You go down 0-1 here. This is where you prove you're the best team in the world.
Yeah.
This is where Red take over.
Well, take a look at these maps. We're going to go to a London Docks Search and Destroy. If there's one good thing for Rise Nation, while yes, Red did win that St. Marie Dumont hardpoint in the winner's bracket final, it was a Game 5 London Docks S&D that Rise Nation won.
They won that, but Rated was not himself. And he bounced back in the Luminosity series on that same map and made big play after big play. If Rated in map 4 and 5 was able to play to his normal pedigree, we'd be having a completely different conversation right now. He's been that guy again in this grand final. I do not expect the same result. I mean, am I saying Red's going to win? I have no idea, but I'm not expecting Rated to struggle like he did. And remember how brilliant TJ was in that first London Docks. First blood after first blood, 2-piece after 2-piece, finding openings time and time again. TJ's got to be big. Rated's got to be informed. This should be a fight, Joe.
It definitely should, and that's the guy you were talking about on your screen. TJ was such a beast in the winner's bracket final in that game number 5. Just so confident in Search and Destroy, and he has to bring that here. But man, what a performance from Red Reserve. That's 3 hardpoints in a row they've taken off Rise Nation. They have handed Rise Nation 3 hardpoint losses here.
What did Rated say in the interview? We're not going to lose 2 searches. I feel we're the better respawn team. They're proving that.
They definitely are. The one respawn that haven't been winning was that Flag Tower CTF. We will see that again in game number 3. But they have looked damn good in hardpoint. As London Docks loading on up now. Can Rise Nation tie the series up 1-1? Or Red Reserve going to be 1 map closer to taking home that championship?
Rise Nation 5-0 on London Docks. Since stage 2, they've been lights out, but again, as you mentioned, Joe, it's a very strong map for Red Reserve. And also worth noting, like you said, they played this recently, so you got to see strats come out from either side. You got to talk about what worked, what didn't, and you get to fix those mistakes. Let's get right into it. Map 2 of our second best of 5. Rise Nation on offense first.
And well, it's looking like they're going to need a free bomb site. As you have Zero watching the flank, but it's from so far away. Bomb being planted, so it's going to be a 4 versus 4 retake. You have Slasher towards the driveway side.
If I remember correctly, it was a quick A hit the first round for Rise Nation offense in the last map. Maybe that's why you see such a presence there from Red Reserve.
Yep, but there's nobody too far up for Rise, so the guys in the back will be able to push up. Smokes come in, first blood to Looney. Can he find a second on the Joe? Doesn't look like it, but Gunless is there to trade. And just 20 seconds left, 2 versus 3, and 2 Rise players actually rotate through the middle of the map.
Uh-oh, and TJ gets caught sprinting. There's not a lot of time to work with, though, and Slasher able to hit the shots. It's all on Zero. His only option to go for a kill. Time dwindling, first round to Rise Nation.
It's always a good feeling after you lose that first map in a series. Just get that confidence under your belt. But Red Reserve, they try to go for the retake. You saw the smoke pop. But I like that play out of Rise. Both Slasher and Gunless, they play towards that flank, towards that barrel building. They hit it through the middle. And really, it starts with that first blood with Looney. We know how important those first bloods can be in those retake situations.
Let's see what Red can now do on the offensive end of things. Joe just flying directly into light. Slasher playing deep, though. Slasher's going to check it. He might have spotted Joe. He might have spotted Joe. Now he's definitely spotted Joe. Trying to tuck away into a corner. Joe oh, what the hell?
Well, that doesn't help anybody, but bomb is being planted by Rated.
Technically, it helps Rise Nation.
That's true. You have Gunless in the middle of the map. 4 versus 3 now. The one big thing is the bomb can be stretched on the other side of the bomb as well. So you have to have somebody up. That was Zero. TJ finds 2. Smoke goes out. Now it's a 1v3 for Scraps. And there we go.
Rise Nation take another round behind 2 nice kills from TJ and a nice team kill for Scraps. That's if you're a Rise Nation fan. And that's tough because Joe looked like he was going to have the angle, have kind of a medium range gunfight. Could Slasher have taken that? Absolutely. But you give Joe a fighting chance in that. And that fighting chance is just removed before it even begins.
At least gives them the position on the bomb site. They would have get the bomb down. It would have been a 4 versus 4. But Rise, they win the first couple of rounds. We'll see now what they do on attack. They hit B the first time. It's looking like they're going to go towards that A site. And remember, watch number 1. That's Slasher. He loves to hit that late flank. And another first blood for Looney.
They've been taking over in these search and destroys. Early 4v2 advantage again. Scraps now. Last man up. He's taking a dip, soaking wet. And Rise just continue. I mean, it's been the story of this. Like, they're controlling the searches. Red's controlling the hard points. It's like, who's going to break first, right?
Once again, if you're Red Reserve, we saw this in the winners bracket final. Slow this game down. These rounds are going way too quick right now. To give you a chance, give yourselves a chance to fight back.
3-0 Rise Nation. Red Reserve have got to just find something here. Maybe it's behind the sniper of Scraps. It's a 2-2 split on defense now for Rise Nation. Looking for any kind of opening. Can he get an angle on Gunless and window? Just making sure he can't get pushed from top mid as he continues to patrol this blue truck. He's allowed Joe to push up the map a bit here.
Yeah, but Gunless in that window, he has so much map positioning. They gain so much information as well. And he's so hard to deal with that bar. So once again, 3 rounds, well, 4 rounds, 4 first bloods. Scraps though, oh! Nice shot on the Gunless. Oh, and on a Looney.
Scraps going big, finding the angles as he hits 2 shots, and now behind that play, able to turn it into a 2v2. 35 seconds on the clock. Scraps has bomb in hand.
And Zero's in the fire.
He needs Zero to make a play. He needs Zero to make a play. There's the play. Slasher's gonna drop. Now a 1v2 for TJ Haley. Red still have to get this bomb planted. He spots Zero on the cross, can't finish the kill. Backs him up again. Checks it. He gets Scrap up bomb. Scrap stops planting it. Scrap's gonna get finished, but he can't get away.
What a shot by Zero.
Exactly, those shots huge. If TJ gets away, it's a round victory to Rise. Beautiful stuff there at long range from Zero.
Even for Scraps to stay alive for that long, he gets 1 or 2 bullets in. That helps Zero. Because if TJ gets away, that's the round. That's a 1 versus 2 clutch. And it would have put up Rise 4-0. But Red, they answer back from some nice shots from Scraps. And then, you know, Zero finds that opening in the Rise defense.
Red finally signs of life here in the search and destroy. Zero connects with the grenade. He's got help here from Joe. Very aggressive play out of Rise Nation. Looney peeks the edge and finds another first blood. That's 3 in this one. Zero's push. They just bully their way on through. The Red Reserve defense not up to the task on B.
Rated is able to get one. I was just about to point out, he was 0-4 before that nade kill. Remember the struggles he had in game 5. on this map. Maybe Rise is just so good at this London Dock search. Is Looney, he's on the bomb. Nades do come in, but he knows he just has to stay down, but Rated able to pick him off. Now a 2 versus 2.
Keep an eye on that number 6. Rated, moving around the back. Slasher's gonna pick it up perfectly. Well, he can't finish the kill. Hey, he's gonna get gunned. Suddenly a 2v1. It's all on TJ Haley to clutch.
They spotted him.
15 seconds now. They know his position. They've got both angles held. TJ starts to push out. He's on it. He's able to catch him. He takes a second gunfight. And Rated, though, able to win it, but not enough time.
Doesn't have it.
Not enough time. TJ just does just enough to get the kill there on bomb. Wow, what a round.
Rated able to find all 4 kills in that round, but just comes down to time. And that 1 versus 1 Slasher and Rated. Rated able to win that one, but Rise still get the round.
Like you mentioned, though, 4 in a row. Maybe, I don't know, some sort of crazy play, him getting streaks, they start to bring it back.
That would have been the crazy play. Joe, though, trying to run through that smoke. He does spot Looney. There's finally a first blood for Red. Rated finds another one.
Oh, and the plant. This is huge. He'll be so close to picking it up. Only guy left is Slasher. Tags up Joe, but can't finish him yet. Rated able to pick it up, so Rated gets the plant. Joe just dances. How big of a play is that? Joe dances, gets Rated involved, plays the bait, and now you got a glide bomb on Rated. Now you're only trailing by 2 rounds. Red, they just don't go away, man. This is brilliant stuff.
Yep, great rounds out of Red Reserve. Finally a first blood. We're 6 rounds in, and that's the first one for them. Well, we'll see. What does Rated have? So he does have the glide bomb. 100 points away from getting the rest. Rise, it's looking like a hit. Smoke goes in, Scraps and Rated though. Able to spot him. Now, do you call it in right now? Yeah, he's going to. He's going to spot all of them.
Here we go.
Goes
Slasher. Slasher lands on the wrong side of the truck, but his teammates get the kills. 4 on 2. Rated desperately wants one here. He's going to have a gunfight. Oh, he didn't spot him. He didn't spot Gunless.
Careful.
He's able to get down, though. Still trying to work towards the streaks. Gunless, he knows he hits him with a nade. Can Rated hit the shots? Then he doesn't have the angle anymore. It steps. And look where bomb is on A. Joe directly on top of it.
This is going to be so difficult now for Gunless and Slasher. Yeah, Joe's just hanging out on that box. He knows the bomb's down. You have Rated watching the cross. You have one guy in fire. Rated trying to get those streaks.
Gunless starting to move forward. They know Rated's building.
Yeah, they might not give them anything.
Yeah, exactly. They just want to make sure they're taking a gunfight behind cover, an advantageous gunfight. You know, don't walk into a pre-game Rated and feed him those streaks. So they're just going to stay up for now. Survive into the next round. But Red Reserve keep crawling on back. Nice shots from Gunless, but not going to matter in the scheme of things.
Couple of rounds in a row now for Red Reserve. Glide bomb was called in. Another first blood for Red, so that's big for them. That's what we talked about. That's really been the difference maker here. But they're able to fight their way back.
Can they tie it up here in round 8? Look at this defense. Very aggressive out of Rise Nation. It's Slasher gets right up in the lights, but they back it up almost immediately. Joe's trying to fly on through. TJ's ready for it. TJ able to win the one-on-one and find his second first blood. Rated just wants to get this plant. Just get the streaks behind the plant. Can they find a position for him? Well, it's becoming ever more difficult as TJ picks up kill after kill.
This is a huge risk. This is a huge play.
Oh, there's one grenade in. Is there a follow-up? Is there a follow-up? It's not in time. There's the streaks that come in.
Maybe they call it.
Rated beams one. Oh, not able to call it in. Gunless and TJ left up for the defuse. But it's not a complete loss for Red Reserve as they get the streaks unrated.
TJ, a huge couple of kills right there. That first blood on the Joe. I mean, he smoked Joe.
Remember, they're not a stranger to Joe trying to push through there. Remember they hit him on the flank in that first round back in the winner's bracket final? He gets 3 kills on that. He was ready and waiting for it. Would you take Joe in that fight with an SMG? Typically,
he has to win that one.
But he just snaps. TJ goes big, and he was the biggest piece for Rise Nation the first time they took it. He's 8-5 right now. He has just been torturing Red Reserve with big play after big play.
Now you see this defense out of Red.
Oh, wow.
Nice shots from Gunless.
Zero, we'll see you in round 10.
Now Rated, he's on that B Street. He's
if there is a round 10.
Here we go. Here comes a fighter pilot. What can he find? A lot of mountain. That's what he finds. He doesn't see anything. Great job by Rise Nation to switch to that mountain class. What can Joe do? Now finds Gunless. He gets taken out now. 4 versus 2. Artillery strikes in. It will force them potentially to go to A, but they can wait this out.
It's all on Rated and Scraps to try and clutch. Scraps inside the A site, pushing out a fire is Rated. They haven't found a kill yet, and Gunless 3. Gunless going for the ace now. He's gonna spot him. There's the ace for Gunless. And there's the game 2 victory. We're now tied up yet again. 1 apiece. These guys have played so many maps against each other in the past 5 hours, Joe.
Yes, they have, but a great search and destroy from Rise Nation. Really comes off the backs of TJ. Obviously, Gunless right there gets the ace, but TJ had so many first bloods. Looney as well. Great performance for those two.
Red Reserve and Rise still battling here in the grand final. CWL champion on the line right now. Who's gonna take it? Tweet the stream. We'll be right back. Red Reserve only need 2 more maps for what would be one of the greatest stories in grand final history for CWL Majors. They've got 4 on the board. They need 6. But Rise aren't going away easy, buddy. This has been a treat. This is the 3rd series between these 2 teams. The winners bracket final was a 6-map series due to a tie and a hard point.
Oh, hello.
It's been ludicrous.
Yeah, and Rise Nation, well, you said Red Reserve only need 2 maps, so do Rise Nation for back-to-back. They just won at Seattle. I mean, we talked about it. Can this team be the next Call of Duty Dynasty? They're pretty darn close.
And for the 3rd time between these 2 squads, we're headed to Flak Tower. 1 win for Rise, 1 win for Red. Who's gonna take the 3rd? This could end up being the most important match in this best of 5. Who will get the 2-1 edge? It's early pressure though from Rise Nation. 2 players up from Red Reserve. Gunless starting to collapse. Slasher caught throwing an aid. That's gonna be an opening kill for Zero, but Gunless there to quickly trade it out. Nice shots from Gunless.
Yeah, he had some help from TJ, who pushed to that middle lobby. TJ weakened him up. Looney gets a kill. The last player left rated. Looney finds 2, and here we go. I'm surprised Red Reserve have played Rise Nation again. I mean, it was both double overtimes for the maps that we watched, but it just felt like Rise from start to finish was in control. Scraps though has a chance.
Not able to make the play, throws his body to the wind. Zero here as well, kills him before. Can he dive on this? Can he somehow dive on this? Or try to find the kill?
He has help, Joe's there.
Oh, there's the score. What a ridiculous moment in the opening 60 seconds here. But it results in a 1-0 edge for Rise Nation. That was wild, Joe.
It definitely was. Scraps, he's inside the Rise Nation lobby. Now it's their turn potentially for a counter. Zero, he's able to find 1. It was really the defense for Rise, time and time again, that won them the previous Flak Towers. Can they do it again? Flag's gone. TJ though on the chase, able to win 1 versus Joe. Zero though turns it around, wins that, and here we go. Oh, but the stun's in. The stuns are in. Zero doesn't have armored on.
The stun could be everything, but it seems like he's gotten away. I think he's gotten away. The dive across, gonna be tied up 1-1, and Zero very close to streaks. A nail-biting finish there on that flag run.
Zero has 8 kills. His team has 2.
That's a good start, Joe. That's a good start.
At least they tie the game up. Scraps, though, he gets some streaks somehow. Well, never mind. That's Zero who
I was about to say,
sorry.
If Scraps has streaks, that's unbelievable.
And here we go. He might invest in them. He's at 10-2 on a 5 spree. Calling in that fighter pilot. What can he find? As soon as he gets a kill, his team's going to go. He's going to spot out Looney. Gets him. Spot Slasher as well. Weakens him up. He's off spot. Gets 2 kills. Red Reserve, another chance for them. Just 1 player left, it's TJ.
It's out, it's 4 down. 1 player spawns, it's Looney. Checking his corners. Gonna find out too late that the flag may be gone. Oh my god, he's able to actually get the kill. The reinforcements coming in, Slasher might get the angle. He's lining him up, but the flag does get away. What are these scores from Red Reserve, Joe?
Joe and Rated have 2 kills.
What are these scores?
It's all Zero right now. Zero and Scraps, that duo gets him the 2nd flag. It's 2-1, and this is really the first time where Red Reserve in any of the Flak Towers that we watched between these 2 has had a lead, has had some map control, but Looney and Slasher, they're trying to go on a counter. Oh, and Looney gets away. This is so back and forth,
and Zero, the last one to drop. He can't invest his streak. Scrap's gonna fall. Woo. And what a first half this is. 2-2 with 1:40 to play. They just keep taking shots at each other. Red Reserve scores, and they're getting by the skin of their teeth. It's like a weak player diving away. 1 bullet doesn't come through. Unbelievable stuff. And Slasher also on a 6 streak here. Can he get some streaks to match the streaks on the side of Red Reserve? Just holding the angle right now. Waiting for Zero to come into the spider's web. Zero's gonna go ahead and call on a streak. He can't get the angle. He can't get the angle to pick it up, so TJ's gonna find a kill.
And Slasher staying alive, knows the pinch could be there. Rated, he gets spotted out. TJ though, he finds that kill. Gunless is the one who picks it up.
And
but Slasher's just waiting. He's just waiting.
He can't really help TJ there because he wants to get these streaks, right? TJ tries to be the one-man army. Slasher tries to play towards mid and pick up the streaks. Otherwise, you think maybe he's supporting a little bit more there, but you know how important the streaks could be. Gunless, a nice pair of kills. Slasher still tucked away in lobby. He's looking for the opening, but Gunless is taking out the entire squad by himself. It's 3 before he drops. Now Slasher gets involved. 1 streak in. There's the flag touch. Did he pick up anything else?
Oh, I think just a glide bomb.
Well, you survived there. You survived if you're red. You clear with 20 seconds remaining. You only allow a glide bomb to come in, and you are at risk of maybe a big score. But what can Rated do on the other end? He's got the PPSH out. You know, we talked about the fact they won that in the winner's bracket final. He didn't pull it out in the first best of 5 in the grand final. Now it's out, and they want to keep applying pressure, make it sloppy, make it as fast as they can, just pick up the pace of this game. We'll head into half, tied up at 2-2.
Great half from both of these teams. Obviously on the side of Red Reserve, it's been all 0. He's sitting at 16-8. And well, this man right here, Gunless, some nice shots. That was the first flag for Rise. And these teams just countering each other, just back and forth. We'll see what can happen in the second half. But finally, this is, like I was saying, the first time where Red Reserve has been in a good position on Flag Tower. It's usually just them being stuck in their base.
Well, it's been them being clutch, right?
Yeah.
In the winner's bracket final, they tie it up and push it to OT in the final moments. In the grand final, they tie it up in the final moments. Now they're playing them even, so you think if that clutch factor comes in, you're winning it in regulation instead.
A very slow break off so far. Gunless and Slasher, they find kills. Scraps trading them back and forth. He finds 2 as well. Almost finds a 3rd, but Slasher shuts him down. 0 on the other end. Cleans up TJ. So now both teams pretty back and forth. There's just one player left. You can see, due to Slasher's position, a couple of those red players have to back on up. He's going to find Joe out in the middle of the map. But 0 still alive in Rise Nation's base.
He's just lurking right now, trying to make the sneaky play.
They know, though. Yeah, Looney backs on now. Good play. Good communication from Rise.
To be fair, what did we see in the last time they played? Rise Nation was very good at sniffing out any kind of sneak, any kind of maybe overzealous one-on-one gunfight that Red tried to push on the objective. They were very strong from that position. Gunless, they have a 2-on-1 in a way here. Well, now another player is going to spawn up, so Gunless is actually going to be tagged by the flank that comes in from Scraps. He picks up both kills, and that push stopped for the moment.
Yep, so a much slower half so far. Both of these teams, they feel that pressure a little bit. Whoever wins this one, just one map away from taking home that championship. Scraps, though, he's starting to heat up on a 6 free, just 1 kill away now for Streaks.
It reminds you of the hard point, right? He starts out a little bit slow, goes on a tear, picks up Streaks, takes over the game. Potential to do that here as well, despite the fact that Rated currently sitting at triple negative. 0 and Scraps trying to carry the load. 0 tucked away in a corner. Slasher takes the gunfight, but not able to win it. They've got to focus him down. A little bit of unlucky timing there as Gunless able to get it, but Joe does trade it out. Back and forth we go, but the end result is Scraps getting a glide bomb with more potential here to pick up the tier 2 and tier 3 streaks. That was close. The assist gets him even closer.
And this is very similar to that situation that we saw in the first half with Slasher. Just, I mean, he just wants to play for these streaks. He knows how important a fighter pilot can be on this map. We'll see if he can finally get it, or will Rise shut him down, because that's the main objective right now for Red Reserve. So, well, finally some pressure being put on. His Gunless, he's getting pushed up. This is a big gunfight, and he wins it. There we go, full streaks. He's on an 8 spring, and on the other side, Joe, oh, doesn't win that. Oh, and Scraps tried helping him out.
Tries to invest it, see if maybe he can be of some assistance, despite the fact he's on the entire opposite side of the map. 1 burn, but still a lot to work with. 2 minutes to go here in the final round. Somebody is gonna make the play. Gunless comes soaring in the window, somehow still alive. Nades haven't been able to clean him up yet. He actually finds a kill with that and can dip out. 2 now gonna be dead. The 4-man attack coming in for Rise Nation. This is a chance. There are still some streaks on. Looney's just gonna grab it, try to push the back. Finds him on the other side. There's both the kills, but Scraps still gonna be here. Scraps finds both. Scraps almost with the 3rd, but not able to clean it up. Flag still hot. TJ Haley has it. Joe gonna get it on the other side. Where's the spawn come in now for Rise?
Now Scraps, now make sure we watch Scraps. Does he invest in this streak yet? Yep, here we go. He's gonna send that fighter pilot out. Glide bomb called in by Rise. He's not gonna use it yet, but he has to get to his teammates' help. Joe trying to get away. Here we go. He's gonna try and help him. He's swarmed though. Joe's in a very tough spot. He's able to win 1, but I don't know. The returns in and Rise, they scored that flag.
Unbelievable. Rise able to make the play. Like you said, they absolutely swarm him on the gun side of the map. The streak comes in, finds some kills, but not before the return is there. 1 minute left. Artillery invested. Zero has been, well, to be fair, Zero has slowed down. He was going off early in the game, now 19 and 16, and there's all the kills for Rise Nation. Now they just have to hold for 45 seconds, and TJ, if he finds a kill, you might get some streaks here to really shut down the game.
Yeah, Zero and Scraps playing well, but that other two, the duo and Joe and Rated, not having a good map. There's that streak that you were talking about. It's at least a glide bomb.
Yeah.
But Rise Nation just trying to trap them in. One more opportunity as Scraps finds two. Here comes Rise. Here comes that push. Looney, he's low gun. He gets straight out. Three go down. And there's a glide bomb called right away. But Scraps, he's going to get the fly pull. Try to get it inside, potentially get it close to Rated. Oh, but Rated comes out.
How big did the glide bomb end up being? That's a 4-man clear. Rise Nation will take this game 3. The timing of that, man, the glide bomb perfect as the reinforcements come in, and Rise back in control of this best of 5. Wow.
A great capture of the flag. Obviously a much slower CTF in that second half. That first half was so back and forth. But both teams, they feel that pressure in this second best of 5. Rise, though, able to take it out with some clutch plays. I mean, if Scraps, you think he calls that in earlier, maybe he helps show out.
It's like, I think he stopped because I think a teammate dropped. Maybe they were giving up for a second, and finally they decide you have to invest it. But yeah, if it's 3 seconds earlier when he first thought about it, maybe you're able to make the play. But ultimately, it's Rise Nation. This time with the clutch factor, you know, it's all that entire story. The first 2 times they played was just Red going big in the final moment. This time, just not able to do it. Here's a refresher for this best of 5. The game 1 goes to Red. Rise answer back with 2 wins, and now
Gibraltar
hardpoint. That's a new one to the mix considering how many maps we've played. And it's also worth mentioning, at least for the hardpoints in this series, it has been absolutely dominated by Red.
Yeah, it has. It's been 3 in a row for Red Reserve. We'll see. This will finally allow Rise Nation to take the series. A map like Gibraltar, you have those 2 ARs, and Gunless and Slasher, this is a very good map for them. Can Red Reserve take this to a game 5?
Is it in the cards? You're looking for a first championship for 3 of the players on this Red Reserve side. They're so close. They can taste it. They've been in grand finals before. They've just come up a little bit short. Is this the moment of truth for this Red Reserve side? Or is Rise just too much to handle? When this series started, I think just about anyone would have said taking 6 maps off of them was impossible. But now, Red may be able to do it, Joe.
Especially in the way that they've done it in these hard points, dominating the game from start to finish. There you see the fans having some fun here, as this has been such a great final to watch. Do we go to a game 5? Does Rise end it here? A hard point Gibraltar. Again, we have not seen this played between these 2 teams. We've seen just about everything else.
Here we go. You feel like you have to favor Red with the way they've been playing. This was, you know, at times a go-to map for them throughout the course of the year. But you do see at the bottom, this is the CWL 2018 season. All of this a culmination into the Call of Duty Championship to end the year. There are a couple steps along the way. We still have the second half of Stage 2 playoffs, and then the big one, baby.
This year has flown on by.
It really has, right? 5 seconds on the clock. Red Reserve have to take this map to push it to a map 5. Here we go. Let's kick it off at Pit Center.
Yep, hopping on board with Zero. Had a great game 3, but Gunless and Slasher and Looney, that's 4 dead right away for Red Reserve. And the pressure already being put on. Wide Rise Nation, they want to flip those spawns. They want that 4 courtyard side.
Slasher gets to rock pretty quickly, but will be dropped. All the time going to them early. It's been, usually Red Reserve that get a lot of these early points. They've put Rise Nation in some big holes. I know that wasn't the case in the the last hard point, but it's been a case throughout this series. Right now, Rise Nation doing a solid job. They need to get back into the hard point. They're waiting for them to come off spawn. You're still set up nicely for next for Red Reserve.
Oh, there's a big kill and Rated able to get him as well. Gunless was at 525. Some early streaks on a map like Gibraltar that could have been so big, but Red Reserve, they fight through. They get some time as well, and they know they have the side of the map that they want. How will Rise Nation break this fourth courtyard? And the good thing for Red is you already have Scraps so far pushed out. They want to push out Joe as well.
Yeah, that went pretty well for Red. I mean,
yeah.
You give up 25 to Rise right away, but then you're able to maintain the spawns. You get the scrap time for Pit Center as well, and you're feeling great. Lead change now to Red Reserve. Joe trying to push. There's one more below him. Able to snap, but Slasher up to the task. Now everything coming to Scraps. He's trying to play here. Out towards Artillery Gun. He's gonna lock down too. Look how deep Rise Nation is spawning out. Scraps patrolling all the way up to mid-map. He's finally gonna get picked, but that pressure from him keeps all the pressure off the hard point.
Yeah, and the big thing here is you just got the subs pushed out for Red Reserve. You saw Joe push out, you see Zero push out, Scraps as well. And Red Reserve, do they have a 3 submachine gun setup? I mean, we see some teams do it, but it's looking like that's what they're doing. Rated the only AR. I believe the only other team that we've seen do it is Mindfreak. And there was a perfect hold there at Fort Courtyard, but we're gonna head to Castle Road. And Rise Nation, they can do the same thing back to Red Reserve. How will they break? Joe gets inside this closet. Nice nade from Zero. He's gonna get on it now. Zero able to find 2.
Honestly, it's a great job from Red pushing him back early, making sure Rise Nation can't get comfortable, can't get set up in power positions, they can't turn it into time. TJ goes big with a couple of kills at mid-map. Now they've got position here. Slasher now able to set up, get eyes on Bridge. Nice job by Red Reserve, at least in the opening moments, so you make it so you don't get a nice 50 or so points for Rise Nation here.
Yeah, Gunless though, 12 and 7. He's on a 2 spree. Joe though, still being annoying, still contesting with that smoke. And while he was doing that, his team starting to rotate over towards that turret hill, where we're headed next, that bottom side of the map, where number 3 is right now. That Scraps is going to be the first guy up. Oh my goodness. Nice shot by TJ. Rated, he's top ladder. He's going to back down Gunless. But we know how good teams in the Pro League have been at holding down this turret hill.
From a scrappy hill to a money hill at times, it has become. It's Rise Nation in first. A one-on-one here. TJ gets a shot in, but Joe's able to get the edge. Next we had to follow it up as Zero. Slasher comes through with a couple of big kills. But once again, it's like even when Rise Nation have a little bit of early control, Red Reserve's done a good job of getting them out of the actual hardpoint. It's making sure they don't get a lot of time. But there is an opportunity now for a lead change. Unless Joe can make the play, he will finally get shut down. But the presence is here from Red Reserve.
And you see what Rise is doing. They don't have the side of the map that they want. Red has all the positioning. Rise is sending nobody through the middle. They're just smoking out low cave and trying to get out and be annoying. And they've done a pretty good job so far. These last 20 seconds, looking like they're going to go the way of Red Reserve. So Red Reserve going to have about a 30-point lead as we go back to Pit Center. But Rise Nation, Looney, TJ Halley, they're already in some great spots for Pit Center.
And those 2 players you mentioned are the ones that really got to pick it up. You've only got 4 kills for Looney through an entire set of rotations. Yeah, he's leading in hardpoint time, but you hope that he can get more involved over the course of this game. Nice shots from Zero. Some of these kills from either submachine gun on these teams have just been spectacular. Rise Nation did a lot of damage early in the first Pit Center. They're trying to do it here. Slasher just pushing. Looney there with the help. Slasher and Looney clear all 4, and this is a split spawn now for Red Reserve. 2 in the back, 2 spawn Castle Road. Slasher and Looney continuing to work in tandem here to try and clear out the back line, and they're doing just that. Slasher wins another one-on-one, 4 in a row for him, 3 in a row for Looney. This has been a 2-man wrecking crew.
Hold on though, hold on. The split spawns come in. Gunless and TJ don't spawn out, so now it's a pinch. Zero though, he's gonna find Slasher. It's just Looney. Looney's in the back, he does find 1. But you see Joe and Zero, they turn around, they're trying to find him. And they were able to hold that push. So they do have the spawns that they want for Courtyard, but Rise Nation tie the game up.
Rise Nation, Red Reserve, all tied up. Rise can close out the series here with a victory on Gibraltar. Let's hear the comms. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen-in with Rise Nation.
No. Hey, full pinch. They're one shot, Scraps.
42 seconds.
We can still fight this.
Wait for each other.
It was low left.
One could be low left again. One could be low left.
Alright, one more push and then we're...
We need to go together.
Hill,
Two on hill, I think.
Jump the rock.
Low left,
Rock,
low
left.
We have to hold this, guys. We have to hold this, guys.
Plenty. We'll bring it back.
Top God spot.
Bring it
Top
back.
God spot, jump down.
So we probably get...
He's across the bridge. I spawned in the
Yeah, then we spawned out to... We're good.
Absolute.
I'm gonna hit cave. Can you guys hit that
On
hole?
the back.
There's two in there.
Where did you guys spawn?
I'm in the
Still
back,
spawned
I'm in
here.
the
Still
back,
spawned here.
I'm trying to get to cave. I'm trying to get to
Another one
cave.
in the back.
I'm getting into cave. I'm going to cave.
I'm going cave with them. I'm going
Spawned
cave with
out.
them.
I gotta kill this guy.
Do we have a smoke? Do we have a smoke?
Yeah, I do.
And I'm absolute on hold. He's on
okay.
dirt alley.
coming.
Dirt alley.
Zero's holding.
Third. Dick, run to the back.
Joe,
To the back. I'm gonna smoke the
I'm in
front.
cave.
Yo, you're looking for scraps also.
Got me on.
Alright, wait for each other. Wait for you. We're tagging. Yep.
Cave dead.
Jump one. Nade in front.
I need a hill.
Ivory close
Nade hill.
Ivory close right.
I'm pushing up.
No, we can
In the back, Joe. All the way in the back, Joe.
Close right.
All in the back was Joe. All in the back was Joe.
No peek. No, you're good.
But I need the
Top break, Joe. Weak.
I need inside. Hey, insecurity.
weak side hill.
What's up, Brooks?
I think he's close.
I needed it.
Right side of
I needed help.
Nice, two down.
Two.
Nice.
Security alley maybe?
Security.
Closet.
In the back.
Front.
I did it.
Yo, go new.
No, security on you. Green truck.
Huge win. Good job.
Nice.
I top camera.
I'm trying to push
I'm
again.
trying to push
We
it.
should
No,
follow that.
one new to the right. On the
Top guys weak.
Yeah, he's trying to go rails.
Yo, rails. Rails dead.
Another one rails. He's on the heady. I'm gonna try to pinch him, bro.
Yo, he's full pitching.
One rails. Alright, I'm gonna come cave.
I got hit from rails.
Come cave.
I'm coming cave with the smoke again.
Low hill, there's a-
3 subs, guys. We can try to... We just gotta get
I'm
set up.
trying to help you here, though.
I know it was a Rise Nation listening, but Red Reserve opened up a nice lead there, and I know you were really excited about a couple of the plays they made.
Yeah, exactly. You heard Looney there. Oh, crap. They flipped us. So what Red Reserve do, they hold down Fort Courtyard. They spawn Rise Nation with about 20 seconds left on that side of the map. And Red Reserve win that Castle Road rotation. It was a good job, though, by Rise to at least sort of fight back a little bit. You saw that big 3-piece out of TJ. But as we get down to Turret, Slasher, he's getting full streaks. He's at 23 and 15. That's big. But Red Reserve, with a 45-point lead, are so close to sending this to a Game 5.
So close, but like you said, the streaks, they could be massive here. The scrap time is going to go to Rise Nation. And even if you have top mid control for Red Reserve, maybe you call on a streak right here.
Yeah, they will.
Try to pick it up because you're not fighting from the side of the map you want. This is crucial, absolutely crucial for the Rise Nation comeback. Fighter pilot in, shots in, rated down, Joe down. Scraps not finished, but weakened inside. No one able to find that kill yet. Scraps actually gets a kill despite the... Scraps gets 2 kills! How does that happen? You should be able to call him out there and somebody finish him when he's weak. Red, hold on!
Now, TJ is in a good position behind Red. He's able to find 1, can he find 2 as well? As I say, Pit Center has been so good for Rise. TJ starting to heat up here a little bit, 19 and 24, but he's on a 3 spree. And once again, Pit Center so clutch for Rise. But that next hill up, Fort Courtyard, has been the catalyst for Red Reserve.
TJ right now running through Rise Nation. Remember, there are streaks available on Slasher. TJ close to getting streaks. They can bomb out this hard point and get set up for next. Here it goes. Slasher, who's he gonna go for? He's gonna hunt down Scraps right in front of the hard point. The pressure now mounting from both sides. Look at that spawn out. Number 3 on the minimap.
Joe goes
Scraps the whole way out. TJ Haley finds a kill. There's a team killed in from Zero as well. And that looks to be the break. The only man remaining is going to be Zero.
Zero trying to put some shots in. Does find 1, but full streaks now for TJ.
Oh, no.
2 full streaks for Rise Nation. This could be the difference maker, but Red Reserve, they fight on back. They fight on back, and that's what's been so impressive. They've locked down Fort Courtyard 3 times in a row. They've taken it away from Rise Nation, but there's the artillery strike coming in.
And Rise Nation, they have to take another crack at this. And you see that number 1 spawn out. They'll set up for new. So Red Reserve will have the spawns, and they can't get into the hard point due to the artillery. Plus, you still have Rated here. Rated can find some key kills. He might not let him get into the hard point. Now they do it with 16 seconds remaining. They'll only be trailing by a few points when it's all said and done, Joe.
Uh-oh, but TJ's in a good spot. Where's that player going to spawn? That's Scraps. Oh, but he gets taken out. So he was holding his kill cam. Now he's going to spawn up. There we go. Great discipline out of Scraps. It comes down here, but TJ.
This is it, the streaks.
He has full streaks.
Slasher's out.
There's the artillery.
TJ calls in the artillery. That's going to back him out, but you just get tucked away. They're still
But Joe
getting
can
time.
hold this. Yeah, Joe can hold this from here.
They need to push in. Kills do commits, finally able to pick up Joe, so the artillery does get it done. And now the collapse coming in. You've got TJ pushing through Cave, and up through mid is Looney.
There's so many important kills, and TJ gets behind him. He finds 2, but Skrapz finds 2 as well. There's a split spots, and look how far away Rise Nation are. There's just 1 player left here, that's Slasher. Slasher, he gets taken out. Skrapz finds 1. Raiden finds another, and here we go.
They can win it. They can win it here. They can win it with a hold, and look how far out Rise Nation are. They're in no man's land. They're trying to get back. They have to invest streaks. That's not going to connect. You can't close it out. I believe they need 1 more second, so there is going to be another rotation that is involved. You still have 1 more streak on the side of Rise Nation as well. The one-on-one gunfight goes the way of Red Reserve. They have 246 on the board.
Joe's there. Can he win that gunfight? Joe! Oh, he gets taken out by Looney.
Not able to win it. There is still a chance here for Rise Nation. Skrapz, though, very, very close to streaks.
He's getting double naded, though. Raiden's on the flank, fighter pilot in. Oh, and Raiden gets taken out. And now all of Red Reserve are inside Cave.
They're all bunched up in Cave. Slasher's gonna get pressured. He's got Gunless at the top. Rise Nation are holding. Rise Nation are holding. They may be able to get out W here, but the contest has come in. 4 points needed for Red.
Raiden gets 2
needed for Rise. The nade comes out. Looney with a 3-piece. Zero, he just has to dive on in. Zero's been the hero.
That's it
this time. Rise Nation with the victory. At Seattle, Rise Nation had to go through the gauntlet of the losers bracket to get that victory. Here, perhaps a simpler road, but it results in back-to-back champs. Rise Nation are your CWL Anaheim champions.
All right, congratulations. I'm just gonna sneak on in here so I can ask you guys some questions. So this is the 3rd time that you guys have won an event this year, and it's twice in a row that you guys have won. How are you able to so consistently stay ahead of the competition?
We're just a very consistent team at Respawn, and I think what puts us above every other team is our search and assure. Our S&D is next level, and I think that's what Canada State's tournament.
Great. This is the 4th time we've seen a European team make it to the Grand Finals. What does this mean for your team and for the global Call of Duty community?
I think that this means that the global community is starting to catch up. Like the Europeans and Australians had a really good performance this weekend, and Red's an amazing team. They almost had us pretty much, so yeah.
Fantastic. Oh, I'm so sorry. Is there anyone in particular that motivated you or that you'd like to shout out as a thank you?
Yeah. All the fans and supporters always helping us, tweeting us, making sure that we feel cared about. It really helps us out playing the game 24/7.
That's wonderful. And finally, with champs right around the corner, how do you plan to prepare to defend your title?
We got to keep playing, keep getting better. We got to keep improving. Hard points were kind of sloppy. They were a very good hard point team, so if you want to win champ, I expect them to be there, so we just had to get better at hard point.
Great, well, thank you so much for that. And now it is time to go ahead and announce the Astro Gaming MVP, Gunless. Give it up for Gunless. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, your CWL Anaheim champions, Rise Nation.
Rise with back-to-back championships. And they're not the only ones who do it back-to-back. Gunless, the MVP, once again. This team has the makings of a dynasty. How far will they go this year? Oh, Gunless, look at these stats. This man absolutely cooks everyone. When have we ever seen someone consistently look this good, Rambo?
Scum's done it a couple times in the past. I mean, I've teamed with the guy for a while, so. But yeah, no, I mean, I would say it's been some time. Like last year was very team oriented. You had players like Formal who were like doing really well on a basis. Gunless did good last year as well. Sorry, but this year, I mean, yeah, it's hard to argue with the best player without being biased. Like Gunless is just showing event after event why he's the best.
Hey, look, I mean, the big thing that I need to start hearing from you right now is somebody who has just been around the scene for such a long time, has seen so many teams come and go. Do you think that Rise has the makings to become a dynasty?
I think so. I mean, like, if anything, they've already are. I mean, they won back-to-back at MLG events in the year. They won 3 this year, and 3 for a whole game. I mean, 1 for a game is normally pretty successful for a team. And they had a team change, and now they really, I mean, they're on top. And it's hard to kind of gauge against them for champs. I mean, we're not that far away right now, so I wouldn't expect the teams changes that much. So if they keep what they're doing now, it's going to be hard team to beat a champs.
Nameless, what do you think about this squad? We're going to look at what they actually had to go through to get here to the grand finals, and pretty much what you're going to see is just a dominant squad. Do you think that they have the makings of going all the way this year?
I mean, I think they're definitely a dynasty. They're the team to beat the next 2 tournaments. I mean, they had that losers bracket run in Seattle where they absolutely destroyed everybody in losers, won the tournament, and then they have this one where they start in winners, then they win the tournament. Like, they can do it all. They have players who are great in every single role. This is a dominant team. And yes, they are a dynasty.
They can do it from either side of the bracket as well, is what we're really starting to see. But Mud Dog, got to give it up for Red Reserve. Really put this squad to the test.
Yeah, you certainly do have to give it up to them. Again, it's great to see the European competition continue to develop over time. Rated played well this weekend. Zero back to his IW MVP form, as we saw. They're going to be a strong team come champs.
I really hope that we do get to see them perform like they did here yet again. But Rise Nation, one more time, you're looking at the faces of your champions, Gunless, Slasher, TJ, and Looney. And I can't stop thinking about Looney's 3-piece.
I was just going to touch on that. I wanted to give a shout out to Looney. He's the leader of this team, the heart and soul. He's been able to stick with Rise for a long time. And as you said, he had a 3-piece to close out the map and to earn his team that championship.
And I want to talk about our Astro MVP one more time as well. Gunless, Nameless, this season. Just, I mean, not this season, since he's really rose to the occasion last year.
Yeah, on that graphic we saw, it said Gunless and it said Flex. I was like, can we just change that to God? Because this guy has been he's just been doing it all, man. He has endless capabilities in game. We just seen him have a fantastic finals, and we see him stand up there with that MVP trophy as if like that's what we see every tournament, it seems like. So
and
stunning performance.
To that point, he earns it. Like, he works harder than anybody out there. That's all I hear from all the players is how much this guy plays, and he really tries to perfect his craft. And even like kind of what we said earlier, how like the All-Star game yesterday, he was like knowing strats and shipment S&D. Like, come on, man, the guy just knows it all. I mean, that's super awesome to see.
And he really does play like a true MVP. He's great with the AR, great with the SMG, great in all 3 game types, great communicator, the best player in the game.
And one last thing I want to touch on about him is kind of what Ray said. You know, he plays so much Call of Duty, and he kind of sets that example for the rest of his teammates. Like, if I'm going to play this much, you guys better play as much as me. And they do that, and look at them winning a championship here in Anaheim.
I've joked about him kind of shifting the entire meta and having all these pros playing pubs, but ultimately they are going to grab $80,000 for their efforts here today. Rise Nation sitting on the top, right behind them, Red Reserve. But we got to give it up to teams like Luminosity and Unilad, who really did go the distance as well, looking very, very good here. And also